Mondays and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are doing fine. I am also doing fine, and today we are back live. We are now doing live video. Actually, we'll be doing this one each and every day, probably each and every day, depending with the time and what is the schedule of each one of us. So, Happy New Year, Evans. Welcome back. We really missed you. We did some couple of videos before the new year. We really missed big decisions, and you are back live now. How is your new year, by the way?
It's going on well.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I thank God for the new year.
Yeah.
Yes, that is it.
You're back again. A lot of things we are calling this one football hour, or our football, which is really going to be really interesting. Football hour. A lot of things are going to happen here. A lot of prediction we are going to do. We are going to do game week 21 prediction. Which is really, really interesting. A lot of intense game coming up. A lot of deciding games. We are going to talk about what next for Arsenal. Our big friend, Arsenal. Arsenal are really, really interesting. They have a really, really interesting season this season. Liverpool stop Manchester City. Actually, that is the main big thing. Who gets top 4? That is another big question we have to ask ourselves tonight, in our live video. Then again, we are going to take. We're going to talk about Erik ten Hag's future. We know you said something behind the cameras, which I want you to tell us about Erik ten Hag. So it's going to be really, really interesting video. Also, we are going also to look onto Onana with the Manchester United. Is it Manchester United to be blamed or Onana to be blamed about the Cameroon calls? Because a lot of stories are coming out, a lot of things to talk about, a lot of things about Onana's situation, which has to be called out somehow. Then another thing we want also to talk about is one transfer news, not even one. There are a lot of transfer news this season, and the main one we want to focus ourselves into is Eric Dyer to Bayern Munich and Jadon Sancho back to Borussia Dortmund. Really, really interesting stories to dive into. Then we'll have our question. I hope you are ready with your questions.
I'm ready.
Which are really, really going to be intense, and we have to think ahead very quickly. So, should we start? Give me one question of football hour question. Before we dive in.
The main thing.
Yeah, just give me one football hour. I see if I can.
Just a random question.
A random question.
Okay, no problem. I hope you are ready.
Me, I'm ready. Let's see how I'm going to do it.
Yes. Alejandro Garnacho won November Budweiser Goal of the Month award. What type of goal did he score in 3-0 win against Everton? You remember the goal?
Yeah, that one is easy. That one is actually it's the goal of the season.
No, you can't say that.
So far.
Well, that's your opinion.
Yeah.
So was it a lob, a long range strike, an overhead kick, or a penalty?
Number one, it was not a penalty. I am 100% sure.
Because I remember the entire
long range. No, it was not even a long range kick because that cross came into the box. What is the meaning of an overhead kick?
Bicycle kick.
Yeah, it was a bicycle kick.
It was akin to what Rooney scored sometimes
against
City.
Yeah,
yes.
It was that one. I hope I've gotten that one.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's go direct into it. Where should we start from? Let's do prediction after we have talked about these common stories. Who gets top 4? Really, really interesting. You can open the table, by the way.
Yeah, the table is here. I have the table
really,
here.
really interesting.
I have the table here.
Liverpool on top.
Yes.
Aston Villa second.
And here the elephant collapsed.
The elephant are collapsing on number 4. Aston Villa really, really surprising. And if you look points now, Liverpool has 45 points.
Yes. After
20 games. Aston Villa has 42 points. That's a range of around 2, right? 3
points.
3 points.
Yes.
Manchester City with the one game in hand
has 40 points.
With the Arsenal, which you want to know, also talk about Arsenal in a minute. They are 40 with the how many
20 games.
20 games. That one means
one more game.
Manchester City have less game
Yes.
than Arsenal.
Yes.
We have Tottenham, who has 39. That's a range of 1 point.
1 point.
We have
But
West Ham
with 20 games.
with West Ham, which I think West Ham has still. There's a big range between West Ham and Tottenham.
That is,
it's not
number 6 and number 5.
Number 6 and number 5.
Yes.
Then we have Brighton and Manchester United. Okay, we have Newcastle also, and Chelsea also are hoping.
Complete page 1.
Complete page 1. Not even complete page 1. Even Chelsea still, I can say they still have, if they can win 10 games in a row, they have a chance of getting top 4.
Yes.
Who gets top 4?
Actually, you are even taking it far. If they win their next game and United loses their next game, they'll be ahead of United.
I know that.
There, they can build that momentum
from,
and even get top 4 or Champions League football.
So, according to you,
yes,
as things stand, because now we are even getting into second leg of the game.
As things stands,
the Premier League have now started to take its shape.
It's taking shape.
Now, who gets top 4 according to you?
According to me, things are starting to organize itself. Because as you can see, Liverpool are ahead with 45 points.
Yeah.
Followed closely by Aston Villa. And City and Arsenal are tying with 40 points, though City has 1 game in hand.
Yeah.
So at this, as it stands, I think top 4 is, I think it will just be like this. I only fear that Aston Villa might not able to maintain that position. They can be replaced by Tottenham. But so far things are taking shape, and maybe Tottenham can storm into top 4 and actually get to play Champions League football.
So you believe in Tottenham to get top 4?
Yes, Aston Villa can, they're playing very well, but they can manage number 5, so that they can also qualify for.
So according to you,
yes,
you are telling me Liverpool guaranteed,
yes,
Manchester City guaranteed,
Arsenal
guaranteed.
So
there's
the bond of contention is Tottenham and Villa.
And Villa.
Yes.
Which is really interesting, because most of the pundits have predicted that it will end the way it is.
The way it is.
The way they are,
yes,
that is how top 4 will be. I'm not in order,
but
that is the way.
Those 4 teams.
With those 4 teams, maybe with Aston Villa dropping, but if you look at the table and you look the ranks of game,
yes,
you can check Newcastle next 5 games, because Aston Villa next 5 games. And we can try to see where Newcastle might finish in the Premier League, because second leg have started, and this is how Newcastle started it.
Yes.
What surprised me if Aston Villa gets Champions League.
For me, I won't.
And even what surprised me if Arsenal doesn't get Champions League.
No, Arsenal just had a minor collapse, but no, there's a lot of pressure up there. Being at the top of the table,
they've been there before.
Easy. They've been there before.
This one should be out of
time.
experience.
A record time. So Arsenal will still do well, but maybe the bond of contention was whether they are going to win the league or not. But playing Champions League football, I doubt if that will be a big issue to them. They'll manage to play Champions League football. The main bond of contention is who is going to finish number 4 or maybe number 5. And that is between Aston Villa and Tottenham. Yeah.
Now we have the next 5 games for Aston Villa.
Yes.
They have a game tomorrow which you are going to predict in a few minutes.
Against Everton.
Against Everton.
At home, yes.
Which is a really interesting game.
Yes.
Winnable.
Yeah, that is doable, yeah.
You have Newcastle, which if you compare the strength of Newcastle and Aston Villa, they're kind of similar, right?
They're close, yeah.
Then you have Sheffield United, which you may think is winnable. Yeah. Then you have Manchester United again, which actually we saw what happened the last game.
I know they want to
repeat the same mistake. Yeah. So you have Fulham. That is even more than 5 games. If you look those games in that order, it's winnable for Newcastle, and that one will build the momentum for them to try and finish
and push for the top 4.
Because European football now, they are guaranteed they can get at this stage. Yes, I don't see them dropping below 6 or 7.
No, with football everything is possible. But
in the football everything is possible. But the way they are playing this year, they are really, really good. So I don't see them dropping anytime soon.
Yeah.
For me, on my personal opinion,
Yes.
I still have a belief that Newcastle
Yes.
might finish top 4.
Newcastle.
Not Newcastle, Aston Villa. Aston Villa might finish top 4. I don't know how it's going to play out, but I have that feeling the way they play, if they keep doing what they're doing, and they have experienced manager who can really surprise people.
Yes.
And he has really surprised us. We never expected. Nobody expected us to.
Expected.
Yes. Oh yeah. I can remember. We did that video, and we should look at Aston Villa very carefully.
Sometimes last year around August.
Yeah, we did that video. So Aston Villa, I still have belief in Aston Villa. And another team which I want to be surprised if we get off. I know this one is going to be against some of people's opinion, but people have different opinions.
Which team is that?
Manchester United.
To storm into top 4.
I have still.
From which direction?
Let me tell you. What I am sure of.
Yes.
Manchester United can go on a good run.
When will they start that good run?
With the Tottenham, we are going to talk about
that. The second leg of the league.
Second leg, we have started the second leg. Actually, we have
started with their loss.
We have lost our first leg game.
Yes.
Which is worse. And this season, I think we have to start building. But I won't be surprised if I see that gap between Arsenal and.
I think let's move on when deciding that. United. Yes.
If Manchester United can, if you look at the points between Manchester United and Arsenal, it's not that big. It's around 9 points, right?
But
9 or 8.
9 points.
That is 3 games. That one I beat Arsenal, I reduce. Man City beat for me Arsenal, I reduce. Liverpool beat.
And are you sure that you are going to win those 3 or 6 games in a row?
I'm not sure, but that is the problem.
No, I told you sometimes back that Erik Ten Hag.
Actually, now we are getting into the second topic.
Yes.
Directly like that.
Erik Ten Hag has mastered the art of managing Manchester United fans and the whole club. Why am I saying so? You remember sometimes back last year?
Yeah.
In fact, the better part of first leg, including all competitions, he wins 2 games or 3 games, he loses the next 4 or even 2. And the talk of crisis, Manchester United is in crisis, begins to So he knows when to win and when how to calm things down. And he has done that perfectly in the first leg of the season. So this second leg, I think it's just the same thing. He knows that if he wins the game or even loses the game against Tottenham on Sunday, no much pressure. Then he'll have another 2 weeks to rest as he waits for the FA on 27th or 28th of this month.
Which he wins again. Then we are back.
We're back another crisis.
Manchester United are back in track.
Same old story. So the best you guys can finish is maybe conference. How do you call that new competition?
Conference.
Conference something. Conference league. Or maybe you storm into top 5. You displace Tottenham there, which will also be an uphill task.
What?
Unless you people remain consistent, there's no way you will finish top 4.
What? This is the question.
That's the bitter truth.
I know it's the bitter truth.
Yes.
This is the question. What is the future of Erik Ten Hag with Manchester United, according to you, as things stand right now?
As things stand,
what do you think of Erik Ten Hag?
The management have been patient enough to give him that chance to maybe manage his team. But if he finishes maybe number 6, I think it would be hard to convince the management that is the right person for that job. Maybe they'll just leave him to finish this season, but if he manages or he fails to get number top 4
or a trophy,
then they might be forced to do that thing, to relieve him of his duties.
Replacement.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talks of Potter.
Yeah.
A lot. That one came last week. A lot of news about Harry Potter.
That one will be the same as that whole story of out of the frying pan into the fire. Because I don't think that is an upgrade or an improvement. Potter and Ten Hag are in the same WhatsApp group. So I doubt if it's an improvement anyway. But he did some work well when he was at Brighton, but failed at Chelsea. I don't know whether he was not given enough time. But for me, he's not the right man.
Do you think Ole was the right man? Because there's a question which I know is we always, all football fans with the clubs, we always try to go back and remember our former manager when things now get worse on our side. Or
we only remember him when things are going south.
Yeah, when things are going south. What I always believe in him, yes. And I stood with him while people were really crying that he should be sacked. We need a manager who can win trophies. Do you think trophies to determine a good manager for Manchester United? Because he fumbled the 2 trophies, that one means he cannot be a good manager.
Did he get any trophy during his tenure at United?
No, he fumbled 2 Champions League, not Champions League, Europa
final actually.
Say 2 semi-final, 1
yes.
final.
Yes.
With I don't know FA semi-final. Yeah. 3 semi-final, 1 final. And he finished second.
No, I don't know why you're always obsessed with this Ole guy. Yes, he finished second. Can you assess the gap between the first? No, you can. There's a say that says that goes that even in the sewage, the cream always rise at the top.
Yeah.
So he might finish second, but maybe amongst which other teams?
Man City.
No. The gap between him and Man City, I know it was wide. But now these are the teams.
It was also.
What was the gap between?
It was a huge one.
I doubt.
Let's say.
Yes.
Let me tell you. With the main reason I always support Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is this. I could see the progress in his management. If the first season he came, he finished third. The second season he finished second. If I am not wrong, if I am wrong, you can correct me. The second season he finished second. The third season, which he was now taking and is now being sacked, he even left with within I don't know 6 or 10 games. He only managed around 10 games. Then he was sacked. I feel they were not patient to him after seeing that progress which he had. We knew very well that the next season he said that we are repeating number 2 or we are repeating Manchester City. Those were the only 2 options we had on the tape.
That one was punching above your weight.
No, not punching above your weight. You cannot finish third. Then the next season you finish second. You can see the progress. The next season
you are sacked.
It's
still possible.
So that is what
it's not a sequence that you are from number 1. I mean from number 3, 2, then 1.
Yeah. It can be like that.
But you see the sequence. The sequence was 3, 2, sacked.
That is what we are saying now. There was no patience between the Manchester United and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And if they were to bring another man back for this job, they should bring him.
Yeah,
I still have a feeling for him. Or Conte. Because now the replacement of
Conte is a 1 season guy.
1 season manager.
He's someone that you cannot have a long-term plan with him. Maybe if you want some quick
because if you look available managers in the market, we have that one from Bayern Munich, Nagelsmann. No, what is the name?
The guy who was sacked from Germany.
Yeah, that's one option. We have Zidane, who hasn't even sometimes
Zidane is not Zidane is a tournament guy. Zidane will want to win for you.
You have Zidane on the table. We have now Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who hasn't gotten the club up to the moment. Potter. We cannot ignore the rumors, but it's true. People is a consideration. But I will not. Let me just be honest. After seeing what he did with Chelsea, I don't think he can fit with Manchester United.
I don't know who was considering Potter. What value is he going to add to the team? Which he did not add to when he was at Chelsea.
No disrespect to Chelsea though. Chelsea will kill her.
No, Potter is like there's this guy called Rooney, the former United legend. The guy goes to big clubs with huge promises, but fails to deliver
because he is not being given time. That is what is
which time. We got a team when he was at number 5. That's Birmingham City. When he was hired, Birmingham City was number 5.
Yes.
When he was sacked, Birmingham City was battling relegation. Actually, it was number 16.
After how many games?
After, I don't know, 15 games.
How can you sack a manager after 15 games?
But if you got a team when it was number 5 and you left when it was 15, at least you could have taken the team at least even to number 4. But now you're taking the team backwards.
And not only one team.
Several of them.
Football hour question. This is my question of the day.
Yes.
Who won the La Liga in 2007-2008 season? You're the La Liga guys.
2007-2008 is when we had like Barcelona, we really had huge problems.
So it can't be Barcelona.
That's when it can't be Barcelona because that's when we sacked. It was called Frank Rijkaard. Then Guardiola took over. Then Atletico was also equally struggling. I think it was Valencia. Which team?
Valencia.
Yeah, it was Valencia. Because in between 2000 and 2010, they had some good spell. Even in 2003 there, they also won a Liga. Around that period.
Let's go. Another thing we want to talk about is really interesting about, actually we have done already 2, or we have talked about the future of Erik Ten Hag. We have talked about what next for Arsenal. Actually, we have what next for Arsenal, man. That is the thing that
you people are
talked about for. What next for Arsenal this season? Really interesting.
For me, you people are fermenting crisis where there is no crisis. Arsenal are not in crisis.
Arsenal are in crisis.
They are not in crisis. Which crisis?
These people were on top of the league.
No, that was last season.
This season.
That was just a weekend thing, 2 weeks. Then maybe when you are waiting for
No. We don't have problem with the Arsenal as a team. We have problem with Arsenal fans.
What have they done?
These people, when the elephant is on top, there's a lot of noise in the city. Now the elephant is now like sinking. Because you can look for me the stats of Arsenal this season. No, the start of Arsenal, the last 5 games. Let's just check the last 5 games for Arsenal. What do you take of their last? Because now Carabao Cup, they're out. That one means 1 trophy gone. They will tell you they're focusing. If you want to know Arsenal fans have mental problem, they will tell you they are focusing in the FA Cup. FA Cup now they're out. They will tell you we are now focusing on Champions League. Champions League, of course, they're in round of 16. No problem with that. And now they will tell you also we are now focusing on Premier League. Premier League, Man City are ahead of them with
it's only one game. It's only one game. It's only one game. For me, I think there's no crisis at Arsenal. The only problem is that maybe this December period, they were unable to maybe get better results out of those fixtures they played in. But actually, the league, in terms of their position in the league, it's not bad because it's only 5 points away from the top. That is Liverpool. And that one is only one game. If Liverpool loses their next game, then that is it.
So you think Arsenal can win the league?
Winning the league is a different story.
That is what next for them, because now they are out of 2 trophies. Now they are saying they are title contenders of Champions.
Maybe that one might also help them in a way because the burden of playing a lot of games will reduce. So the workload might reduce, and that one can maybe work on their favor. But a crisis, there's no crisis.
What about Champions League football? Do you think Arsenal can win Champions League in any other way? Even now, if now we go into reality.
So Champions League football, anyone can win.
Do you think Arsenal can win Champions League?
Why not? Why not? Why do you guys despise Arsenal? No, I'm not holding brief for Arsenal. I'm just being objective in my assessment because Champions League, Arsenal normally plays well.
Yeah.
And you saw the way they even did the group stages, and even last season they had a good run. The only problem, maybe the kind of squad they have lacks some experience. that maybe can take them to that desired level. But actually, they normally play, when they're in form, they normally play very well. And they have the possibility of causing problems to any opponent. So I'll not be surprised if they make some good progress in the Champions League. Maybe the objective maybe is to be number 4. I mean, quarter-final or semi-final, and from there they see what happens. Because they can sail round of 16, they can sail and reach quarter-finals. The try was not that difficult.
If you look, the goal conversion rate of Arsenal this season has been really poor this season. And,
no, it is not poor. No, you are basing your arguments in the December period. Let me show you.
Let's just open what Arsenal had. Let's look at the last how many games? The last.
This is Arsenal statistics.
Yeah.
This one. They have scored 37 goals.
This season.
This season. That is league. Leave alone Europe. Europe, they were playing very well. 37 conceded 20. That one gives us a goal difference of 17. Look at who has scored so many goals. City, 45. That's a difference of 8 goals. Liverpool at 43. That's a difference of 6. So in terms of scoring goals, I think
Manchester United has only scored
22 goals. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, no worse.
And considered, I think, the highest. 27. Not the highest, but some of the highest in the.
So you think Arsenal, because now most of Arsenal fans are talking of a striker to be brought in, somebody who can finish the game. If you look,
the problem with the Arsenal is also a dependable striking force. Like they were relying on Gabriel Jesus. Gabriel Jesus cannot play so many games without injury. Then now the cover-up is Ketia. Ketia is gambling. Sometimes he scores, sometimes
doesn't.
Yeah. So
he cannot give.
But if he gives so many strikers, maybe I don't know. Trossard also has been playing well.
He's not a good starter according to me. He's not a good starter. He's should somebody who comes from the bench to bring that energy to try to force the game if the game will need to be forced. He's really good in that. And actually somebody has commented, no crisis at Arsenal. Okay. But I don't want to say that I am bumping into Arsenal that much, but
I think you guys should sweep your own house first. Before
this is just my opinion. Is just my opinion.
Before meddling into Arsenal affairs.
Cool. Rest my case. Give me football hour question.
I want to give you a very simple question. I don't want to give you problems.
Give me football hour question.
I don't want to give you problems. I think you can remember this one. This was just, I think, their last game. Who scored the winner in Liverpool's epic 4-3 win against Fulham? You remember that game?
Against Fulham? Okay, 4-3. I can remember that game.
Was it the last game of the...
Second last game. Because the last game I can remember what for Liverpool was against Arsenal.
No, in the league.
In the league it was Fulham. Who scored the last game? Salah.
No. Let me give you the choices. We have Salah. We have how do you call him? Wataru Endo.
He's not Endo.
We have Arnold. Alexander Arnold. Actually, he's right now. Yes, he picked some injuries, I think. Did he?
Yeah.
We have Mo Salah. We have Mo Salah. We have Joel Matip. Who scored?
I don't think it was Matip. Was it?
You forget so fast.
Was it Matip really? Arnold.
Yeah.
Arnold scoring. Arnold.
The 88th
minute. Victory. Oh yeah, he won the game. Interesting. Let's jump into another thing which we have now tackled what next for Arsenal this season. You have said Arsenal can still win Champions League, which is good, and which I don't think.
And there's no crisis.
And there's no
crisis.
There's no crisis in Arsenal.
Yes.
Yeah, Arsenal are in good shape.
Not good shape, but there's no crisis.
This is a debate that will bring a lot of tension, especially to us and especially to Manchester United fans, and especially to individualism of the club. Who should be blamed between Onana and Manchester United about the Cameroon call? Because we know Onana will be playing on Sunday for Manchester United. Then we'll fly to Cameroon. Is it Cameroon?
Yeah.
Yes. Cameroon
Ivory Coast.
for Ivory Coast. Yeah.
Yes.
This is my personal opinion. I don't think it was right for him to agree to do such a thing. It shows disrespect to the club, Cameroon itself, and it's going to create division into the team. It's going to show that you guys are not, it doesn't value the nation, and it doesn't value AFCON, the tournament itself.
Who, Onana?
I will take this ball direct to both Onana and
but who do you blame?
I strongly blame Onana into this.
I doubt. For me, I have a contrary opinion. Because Onana is a player. He plays for United. Onana knew that there's an upcoming AFCON tournament. And you know, you are a Manchester United supporter and fan. You know that you guys will have a goalkeeping problem. Do you know even your backup goalkeeper?
I know it.
When was the last time he played?
Not this season.
Yeah?
Not this season.
How do you call it? Pre-season.
I think, yeah, pre-season.
Pre-season, when Onana had not arrived. Oh, even in some of the weakest games you people could play against Wigan, he was not even given a chance to play.
That one means there's a big problem between Eric Ten Hag and the players.
No.
You cannot tell me
there's a trust deficit between backup goalkeeper and the manager. The manager does not believe on the backup goalkeeper.
Why did he vote him? Because he spent money on it. He bought him. He's a new player, by the way.
Okay, he's a new player, but you know the problem here that we have a game on Sunday against Tottenham. Then after that, there's some break up to the end of the month. So maybe the manager has a view that if he can convince Onana to play only that single game, then he breaks for the AFCON tournament, maybe he can help the team to win against Tottenham. Maybe he doesn't have a confidence in the backup goalkeeper. So from my perspective, I think it was a request made by the manager or maybe the club so that Onana could delay his travel to Cameroon's camp so that he can maybe help the club.
What does this one show to the Cameroon squad? He valued Cameroon squad. He valued Manchester squad.
The problem is not Onana. The problem is the club.
Now,
the club does not value AFCON. The club does not respect Cameroon. It is not the player. The player works under instructions. Because those things are under instructions. He cannot decide to do things on his own. Yes.
So according to you, Onana
works under instruction. Yes. The instruction is we came as in form of a request that kindly help us play this game against Tottenham, then you can break for the AFCON.
What if Cameroon denied the request?
So,
you cannot say Onana is more okay. I'm not saying...
No, it is the club where Onana has his daily bread. So, he cannot go against that. If he goes against that, where will he get his daily bread?
Your nation is where you'll be buried.
No, it's not being buried and getting your daily bread, my friend.
You have to die for your nation. I've never seen a European player.
It means United disrespects AFCON. All other teams. Why did he not retain Amrabat? because that position is not crucial. There's someone who can play that position of Amrabat. Was he not released?
He was
released. Why was Onana not released? Because the backup goalkeeper has no capability of handling the assignment at hand.
That is the main reason I'm saying Erik ten Hag is not a good manager for Manchester United at the moment. Because how comes he bought the player, gave him a big jersey number 1, and is not playing him for the entire, even a Wigan game. That means there's a fallout between the. But this is my prediction.
Fallout, maybe.
It's a fallout between Manchester United and between the manager and the goalkeeper, or it's a you can say it's a technical thing, or they want to build confidence on it.
What baffles me is that if you see most of these senior teams, normally in their tournaments, especially FA Cup, Carabao, maybe leave alone even Champions League. Most of these teams, even Tottenham, Chelsea, United, not United, I mean Manchester City, Liverpool. In most of the occasions, they normally give the backup goalkeeper the chance to play such tournaments. But United things are different. Even a game, even Carabao games against Wigan, and it's not the first one. This is not the first Carabao Cup.
Even Onana also chased us away of Champions League, and we know it. It's the main reason we are out of Champions League.
No,
and we'll never forget
that's a scapegoat.
We are not scapegoating. We know
is being played as he made some errors, but you can't
not
say
even
that
one.
He's solely responsible for it.
Not even 3, not even 4. Continuous errors each and every time. I am not saying that Onana is a bad goalkeeper, but sometimes you need to be serious. He needs to be serious with life. You cannot continue dealing with us the way he wants to deal with us. That's what goes to take us to the football hour question. I will ask. It's my turn to ask one.
Yes.
Really, really challenging. Tell me, which team won the first the first British team which won the first European Cup?
First European Cup.
The first British team to win a European Cup.
Do you have choices?
Yeah, I have choices.
Okay.
Liverpool, Manchester United, Celtic, Aston Villa.
The first British to win a European Cup.
Yeah.
That one is easy.
Tell me.
That one is Aston Villa. Now that is Celtic.
Alright. Which cup? Which cup?
See, it was called European Cup. It was called nowadays it is named Champions League, but it was called, I don't know, European Cup or something.
Why did you go say for yourself you not Aston Villa? Not even Manchester United.
No, United cannot do that. United was badly relegation those days. United was just another Nottingham Forest those days. 1960s.
Yeah.
Ferguson. It was another Nottingham Forest or Sheffield United.
Why did he displace Aston Villa?
No, it said that Celtic was Aston Villa. I knew it, but I've forgotten it. Because there's Blackburn somewhere.
Yeah.
There's Celtic. There's how do we call it? There's some small teams. Nowadays they're in the championship and League One. Those things, yeah. Those teams. Which one? Can you help me remember?
Blackpool. You have Blackpool back there. That one takes us to the next question, which I think is the...
No, what is the answer to the question?
Celtic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. It was Celtic. So that one takes us to the next question, which I think we have almost tackled everything. We are going to the last one, which is the biggest one. We are looking ahead into Chelsea versus Fulham game, Newcastle versus Manchester City game, Everton versus Aston Villa game, which are more they decide the season somehow. Manchester United with Tottenham game. Let's start off with because I know Luton is going on now with the.
Have we finished with the other questions?
Most of the
discussions,
yeah,
including Chelsea. I thought you
no.
About Chelsea.
We don't have something about Chelsea.
Oh, okay.
Not today. Tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow we are coming back live. Actually, we are looking ahead to AFCON.
To cook Chelsea.
To cook Chelsea. Not cook them, but try to talk about Chelsea.
Okay.
What is going on there. A lot of things are happening around Chelsea, by the way. And we have promised to do that one tomorrow. we just go direct into it because I'm seeing our time also is coming to the closure. Yeah, so we have to run quickly with this one. Chelsea versus Fulham United. Really interesting game tomorrow. And very nice game to watch. I think is it early kickoff? I don't think so.
No,
there's no early kickoff.
Tomorrow.
Let
me just check.
What do you think of that game when you're checking?
It will be actually
it's early kickoff. 15:30.
15:30 early kickoff.
Yeah.
I think
a must win for Chelsea, a must win for Fulham. Somehow.
Both teams are aiming to win this game.
Yeah.
But Chelsea, they're in some precarious position because results are not coming.
For Chelsea.
Actually, I know they must have been disappointed that they were knocked out of.
No. Second leg.
Oh, second leg. Yeah, the second leg. But no.
That game was really trembling.
Yeah, it was. Those are just pointers because if you can lose a game against Middlesbrough, not that disrespecting Middlesbrough, but
it was a game plan.
It's a game.
If Chelsea
they can come back and win the second leg.
Chelsea didn't have a comeback.
Yes.
Against Middlesbrough. I'm not going to say that. I'm not judging them based.
Only one game, It
was only one.
But they've had a run of poor results
the entire season. So far.
So they've been inconsistent. So I think the game against Fulham will be the defining moment because they really want to
win.
They really want to win that game, and the most thing or the biggest motivation they'll get is that if they win that game, temporarily, they will leap
over Manchester United.
Yes.
In ours.
And that is the inspiration they're trying to
in ours. And
it can even stand for 2 weeks because imagine if it stays like that for 2 weeks. Chelsea that has been losing all games through the season, almost all games through the season. Will now be ahead of United.
I don't want even to preempt something like that happening for Manchester. At least to be on top of Manchester United for 2 weeks.
Yes, because the next Premier League game will be on 3rd. No, 28th, 27th will be FA. The next Premier League will be
that one is
2nd of February, around that weekend.
That one will be a huge break, by the way. Hey, I don't see myself seeing Chelsea winning there.
Okay, Fulham also
is a nice team.
Played very well. No, they've got a good midfield. The likes of Palhinha, Pereira, they are really causing a lot of problems to opponents. And you saw the way they used to win over the Christmas holiday.
And even they lost again. They had a game this week.
Yes, against Liverpool on Wednesday. And they really played well on that. Liverpool had some other plans.
And come back.
So I think it will be a very difficult moment for Chelsea or even for Fulham, both of them. But for me, I'll side with Chelsea. Not that they are favorite to win, outside favorites, but
at home also.
Nowadays at home,
it doesn't
matter. You can be
beaten anyway.
But I think they'll have to learn from the mistakes they made and try to find some good result out of
the battle.
Fulham.
I'll go with a draw. Most probably, I think these two teams are more defensive, both of them. The draw score, of course, Newcastle do score a lot of goals if you give them just to score goals. Fulham. Chelsea also are good. Of course, they are finding that back of the net is the final thing they want to. They have to work on with especially their strikers not there. You cannot believe in Okunku each and every time. He's not there and he will not be there this season. And you don't expect him to be there. I knew and I've been saying this thing. Okunku cannot give you 50% of game time. It's just going to waste for your time. Because currently he's injured and we don't know when
he came back.
He came back 2 games, then gone again. So it's that player that you cannot trust on. And I'm seeing Burnley also are leading now. Just an update, Burnley are now leading the other side. So I see Chelsea, Fulham going an X tomorrow. It's a really interesting game to watch. I wish we could go live, but we'll have to see tomorrow.
Okay.
Newcastle versus Manchester City, which is a defining moment, by the way. Newcastle also some good news. We are diving into that tomorrow. Let's hold that one pending with the Newcastle news. But we can now predict the game against Newcastle and Manchester City. But they have a really, really interesting news about bankrupt.
Is that interesting or traumatizing?
Traumatizing news against Newcastle. So tell us, what do you think of Manchester City and Newcastle? Newcastle at home? No, home doesn't matter for anyone nowadays.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. But Newcastle have really struggled. I think they've lost the last 5 games in all competition. They have lost. If I'm not wrong.
They haven't got a result.
Yeah. If not lost, but there are some draws there. They have not won in the last 5 games. City appears to be back.
Somehow.
Yeah, appears to be back. Though,
with De Bruyne, by the way.
Yeah, when De Bruyne is back, everyone is trembling. Everyone is covering for safety.
Not me. Not us.
You'll be the first one to scamper for safety.
Not us as Manchester United. Yeah. We know what we know. But, Manchester City. Manchester City can only treble Arsenal, Liverpool, those small clubs. But us, we know how to deal with our brothers.
No problem. City appears to be back to business. And with the arrival, the return of De Bruyne, Doku, that one really adds a lot of depth.
With the Stones out and Haaland, by the way.
Yeah.
Only Stones and Haaland.
Only the major absentees. But that one cannot prevent us from doing the work. Because we know how good Newcastle is, and maybe they're also angry that because they've lost so many games, and they'll be trying to capitalize and also get back to winning ways. But maybe it's the wrong time for them.
They cannot start with Man City.
They can, but it's the wrong time for them. Yes, it's the wrong time for them. And I just hope that, as usual, we get back to our routine win, City to win.
It's a very difficult one. I don't want to take bold decision on this one because there's something next there I want to take.
Because assume City loses this game, Liverpool will be celebrating all the way. It's like now they are one step into the
title.
And
even Arsenal will be celebrating because Arsenal know they don't have a game for the next 2 weeks.
No.
They will have next Saturday.
Or the other weekend.
No problem. Which is good for them. But now I think
with them, they are already in their holiday.
Yes.
Mid-season break.
Yeah. Okay. So I will go with the Manchester City. I know it's a hard one. It's going to be a really tough game. With a heavy heart. I know it's a heavy heart. I didn't want to do it, but I have to do it. But I will be happy if Newcastle wins.
Let's choose one.
I'll be happy if Newcastle wins, but Newcastle, Manchester City, I'll go with Manchester City on that one. We have a really, really good game. A nice one to watch on, I think it will be on Sunday. Everton versus Aston Villa. Really, two teams which are on form.
Yeah.
And someone is trying to get away from the relegation battle, and another one is trying to qualify for Champions League and win Premier League.
A very difficult game indeed.
Very difficult.
I don't know. Everton lost their last game, I think so.
Everton. Everton did never. The last game was against Manchester United.
But they lost.
3-2.
Yeah. Was it against United? The game they lost?
Yeah.
Let me just check.
Premier League game. The last Premier League game for Manchester United.
No, it was for Everton.
No, for Everton.
Yes.
For Everton was Manchester City.
Yeah, 3-1. And before that, they also lost against Wolves.
1-3.
And before that, they drew against Palace. So their form has been dwindling. That's why they're also battling. They're back to that red zone.
Red zone.
But that notwithstanding, I think it will be a very good game for both sides, which both of them are aiming to grab full points from one another. But I think Everton have shown that despite the challenges they had,
point deduction,
they've come out bold and the 10 points deduction has not stopped them from getting several results from other teams. I think they have also rested almost a week or so.
A week with that football.
Yeah, same to Villa, and both of them will be energized to face one another. But I know Aston Villa is more angry. They are targeting something, and I'll side with them. You say that draw Aston Villa.
This one is going to be tough one.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's a tough one to predict and it's a tough one to see because each and every team can.
Aston Villa, Everton has been playing well, but the problem with Everton, when you expect them to win,
they don't win.
They don't win.
I started with Aston Villa.
I started with Aston Villa.
I started with Aston Villa on this one. I started with Aston Villa. I feel Aston Villa is strong enough to do it. They have a team to do it because I don't see any player breaking off from Aston Villa team in AFCON.
Even if there is, no significant impact on the squad.
So we go with Aston Villa. We have Manchester, big game on Sunday. It's a big game.
It's a big game.
Second leg. A game that has forced Onana to stay. We want to see how Onana will perform in that game. If Onana concedes 7,
imagine it will be inconsequential. In fact, it would have just gone for the AFCON. Because it's not going to help in any form or in any way. The result is known to everyone.
What are you going for?
That is obvious.
Man United?
No. I said if this is my United team, that wins like no.
7:30 on Sunday.
On Sunday, the last game. I think it will be a difficult game. Just speaking objectively, Tottenham are also missing a serious player.
2, 3, around 3 players are missing.
Yes. Song has also been released for Asian Cup. And the likes of
the midfielder there.
I don't know whether Udogi or something.
So there's a player there also missing. There are 3 players which have been released.
But that one will not hamper them from beating United. The game will be difficult, yes, but
Timo Werner, by the way, will be having his debut for
maybe he might announce his presence or arrival that day
with the Manchester
United. You never know.
I don't think so.
He might announce his
arrival. Actually, tomorrow we have a lot to speak about. Make sure you tune on tomorrow because
Timo Werner
we have to speak about
been despite for far too long. He might announce his arrival with United.
He had to prove us wrong.
Of course.
Big game big talk tomorrow. Make sure you tune
in with Tottenham in that game. It's a difficult game, but Ten Hag will just have to excuse us. I'll go with Tottenham. What's your take on that?
I will go with I die with my cow. No matter how weak we are, no matter how.
But just an objective assessment, whether not your team or just
in any other way. I feel Tottenham are playing
because
good
you
football
have some shortcomings.
Yeah. Tottenham are playing some good football and they're really, really dangerous and they can really, really storm us. If we are not careful, if we don't defend collectively, they will storm us badly. Because they have good midfielders who can run. They have good midfielders. They have good players who can play behind their defenders. And they also have sharp and clever players. They don't give up very quickly. They have really nice football. And if you look at Manchester United nowadays, this season, our win rate has been based on luck and individual moments or individual performance. If one player, Garnacho, doesn't perform well or something,
there's no bicycle kick.
There's no goal. No win. So that has been a problem with the Manchester United. And tomorrow we need that somehow. We need those individual moments, especially with the senior players like Rashford, the senior player like Bruno. We really, really need them in this game tomorrow. And it will be a really entertaining game. And I'm looking forward to it, but I will start with Manchester United. I will start with Manchester United into this. I know I'm not siding because it's my cow, but
it is your cow. No any other reason can justify that. It's obvious.
That is my cow. And then it's a guy I have to stick with it no matter how weak we are. But Chelsea, Tottenham is going to give us a very, very tough one. Football hour question, I think that one is going to be the last question you're asking. Then we are breaking. Let's see. What do you have?
Sorry. Which club have won back-to-back matches 5-0 this season?
What?
Choice A, Aston Villa. Choice B, Fulham. Choice C, Luton. D, Newcastle.
Back-to-back 5?
Yes.
Jesus.
10 goals in 2 games.
Let me tell you. There's a
that is a feat that United is yet to achieve this year.
Leave Manchester. I know you Manchester United cannot be into this.
Yes.
This one is tough one.
Have you scored 5 goals this season?
No. Even 3 we are going to score.
Okay.
Oh, we have scored 3 against Aston Villa. And number 1, it cannot be Luton. I'm getting Luton out of this.
Why Luton?
Luton is just
they're struggling.
They're struggling. But if they could have scored 10 goals in that row, they could be somewhere. I know for sure. It's not Luton. It's not Fulham. Okay, Fulham haven't scored 5 games in a row. Maybe I am not sure about the record, but I haven't seen this season where Fulham have scored somebody 5. I'm not too sure, but I don't think it's Fulham. So I'm getting Fulham out of this. Aston Villa with the goals, I think they're good in the. I can go with Newcastle because at the beginning of the season around the people 5
like no one's visitors.
Yeah, so I probably think it's Newcastle. If it's not Newcastle, it's between Newcastle and Aston Villa, but I decided with Newcastle.
Even me, I don't know the answer. I don't know the answer. I've not checked the answer, but I'm very sure that it is choice B. It's Fulham. This December holiday, last month.
5.
Yes.
Back to back.
Back to back.
Which team is that?
Fulham.
How? Which? Just scored against which team?
I remember Wolves.
He scored 5.
Scored 5. Then scored 5 against Newcastle. Was it against Newcastle?
No way.
Let's
Did
just check.
They did score 5 again. I think it's Newcastle.
No. It is Fulham. That one should be Fulham. I can't just remember. In fact, I'm going far. Let me just get Fulham here. Where is the table? It is here. Fulham is here.
Back to back 5? I don't think so. I'm going with this. I said the Newcastle.
Is that?
I'll tell you, you're even behind now. I can't see myself. How can Fulham do that?
It was this December holiday. You remember?
Oh yeah.
Nottingham Forest
5.
Fulham 5. Nottingham Forest 0. Fulham 5. West Ham 0.
How did they even do
December. 10th December. 6th December. I remember. And we were here. And we watched with you.
I can't even remember that game. I can remember. It was 5. It was 5.
Yes, I thought it was Wolves. Then it's not Wolves. It was Nottingham Forest. But I remember it was Fulham.
Really interesting one, and it was really challenging on Fulham. So make sure you smash a like on the video. Don't forget to hit that subscription button if you know you're new. That is 1 hour football or 1 hour football. Football hour is what it was. Really interesting one, and thank you guys for watching, and we hope we'll see you guys tomorrow. Not at the same time. At least tomorrow we will try to be early. Maybe we will do it at the daytime. We will notify you if something pops in. Make sure you smash a like on the video. Don't forget to hit that subscription button. Don't forget to click that notification bell so each and every time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. To our subscribers, we want to say thank you so much for your continued support. Without you, we could not be able to reach where we are at the moment. Until we do the next one tomorrow, make sure you tune in. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend that we are live. We are talking about football, so make sure you come in. It's good when you interact together. So see you tomorrow. Bye bye. Same time, same place.
Bye.